there are very few game genres that I really love. You know, I'll play most games, but one of the genres that really stick out to me is a space genre.
Hooray!
My first game I've ever played was Mario Galaxy, and I loved that game. You know, I mean, No Man's Sky is, pretty fun. So when I first heard of Starfield, you already know that I was over the moon. Bethesda, the makers of some of the best RPGs out there, making a new space game, and they're calling it 25, 30 years in the making. I mean, it was like a dream come true. So I was one of the dumb, stupid fucking idiots that brought the premium edition of Starfield. Yeah. And, obviously Starfield, I had fun with it, I enjoyed the missions, but is it a good game? No. Everything outside of the missions in the game is just bare bones and boring. I remember walking around a planet and I was like, I just thought to myself, what am I doing? This is just, there's nothing to do. Like, there's nothing to do in the game outside of the main objectives. The modding community has actually pretty much given up on the game because it is so boring and bare bones, which is, how do you even do that, man? Star Wars Outlaw is the new Starfield. The base game is £60 or $70. And for this, you get, a few skins in the game if you pre-order, which is, fair enough. It's nice of them to treat the fans to a few skins and nice stuff in the game. But then after this, it just gets completely ridiculous after this. For an extra £35, you can go up to the Gold Edition, which, for the low price of £95, ladies and gentlemen, tell you what you can get. You can get in the Gold Edition, you get, the 2 DLCs that are coming after launch, which is similar to what Starfield did, as well as an extra mission that wouldn't be in the base game, and cosmetics. So essentially, you don't have all the content in the base game unless you pay £95 or $105, I think it is, which is just outrageous. Like, you should expect to pay for a game and get all the content in there. You shouldn't expect for some of the content at the launch of the game to be locked behind a paywall. Like, come on now. For the same price gap of £35, I could go ahead and buy Helldivers 2, which is a lot better looking and a lot better playing by the looks of things space game. Plus, it's actually a fun game. Go watch my video on that if you haven't already. Then for another £20 on top of that, you can get a digital art book and a few skins. Yeah, that's about it. For that same amount of money, I could buy some Beats earphones. This isn't a sponsor, by the way. This sounds like a sponsor, it's not. I could buy myself some Beats earphones and have £15 left over. Like, what? Starfield's upgrade was £25 and it only had one upgrade to the premium edition. But with the premium edition, you got almost the exact same amount of content as you do in the highest edition of Star Wars Outlaw. You get DLC coming in the future, which, it's going to be a big DLC, so it kind of counts as 2, I'd say. You get a load of skins, and you got 3 days early access. You get 3 days early access, a bunch of skins, and pre-DLC access in all of the editions of the game. And this is for half the price. It's for even less than half the price as what they're selling Star Wars Outlaws at on the Ubisoft website. And the thing is, the game looks so ass, man. I don't know if anyone's seen it. I mean, I remember seeing the game plan. I remember people comparing it to Starfield because they've got the same ship system to Starfield. Like, you can't fly around the planet, which, why? I don't know why you make that decision. It's just players want to explore space, but they can't fly around the planet. Yeah. Great one, AAA companies. But I remember people comparing the ship flight to Starfield and seeing how long it takes to get off planet. And the loading screen or cutscene to get off planet between the two games, out of the two, Starfield is quicker. And that just shows me that somehow Starfield is a better game than Star Wars Outlaws would be. And it just, I saw a bit of the gameplay recently. It just looks so boring. It just looks so bare bones and boring. I don't know why. I don't know who this appeals to either, because who really wants to play as a Star Wars Outlaw? People want to play as a Jedi. People want to play as... I'm not a Star Wars fan myself, but people would want to naturally play as a Jedi Outlaw, not just a Jedi. Why wouldn't they do that? Everyone's even been saying how the gameplay looks ass, the gameplay looks boring, it looks really bad, but, and it's fair enough, it does look boring, it's Ubisoft. Come on, man. And even with Starfield, in Starfield you have dialogue, like interesting dialogue choices.
No, you match the description.
Interesting, you know, you can see how the game pans out. You can do side quests with people. It's a full RPG, fun story game, even though it's not the greatest game. I enjoyed my time with it. Star Wars Outlaws, there's some nice looking places in the planets, but I just feel like it's going to be so boring, you know? It'll just be this story laid out for you, no choice at all. A to B, I don't know. I just can't really see it being any good. But the prices on this they're just robbing the customers, man. It's like robbing a shop in broad daylight, and I don't know. It should be a crime. They shouldn't lock content that's at launch behind a paywall either. That's evil, man. There's some evil guys at Ubisoft, I'm telling you. Like, I've seen some awful prices on premium editions and premium upgrades, but this is up there with the worst ones, man. Anyway, do let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd really like to hear your guys' opinions on it. And with that, you know, I try to upload twice on this channel a week. That's what I'm trying to do now. I've got the face cam working again, which is, you know, I mean, the last video did very well, so I thought I would this time. But, I mean, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.